Hey everyone, welcome to the Legendary Arcade Stick series. Today I am in a sea of Hori Real Arcade Pro VLX arcade sticks. These things are like the Ferrari of arcade sticks. They're awesome, 2 generations, 4 sticks in total. Let's get started. Fight. So, the Hori VLX arcade stick. This thing came out on 2 different generations. It came out on the PS3 and the 360, which is what you see here, and then the PS4, which is what you see on this side. This is basically taken directly off of a VEWLIX arcade cab. It's licensed by Taito. This whole thing is metal. The outside is plastic, but when you rest your hands on this little incline here, this just feels right. It's a nice cord, it has a good length on it inside of this nice compartment. And by the way, if this compartment kind of comes loose, don't worry, they kind of designed it to do that, so it's really easy to put back on, and it's actually quite sturdy. This is probably the most popular layout nowadays. It's known as the VEWLIX layout. It's an 8-button layout where the stick is very close to the buttons, and then it kind of has a slight kind of curvature to it, and it has the L2 and the L1 on the outer edges. On the first generation of them for the Xbox 360 and the PS3, you get a turbo button on the top as well as a select button and a home button. But when it comes to the PS4 versions, such as the Kuro here, you're going to get a home button, a select button or a share button, and then an L3 and an R3. Another cool thing about these, the PS4 versions, is you get a touchpad button. So like I said, they came out on 2 different generations, the PS3 and the 360 generation, and then the PS4 generation, which is the last generation as of now. Now, when it came out for the 360 and the PS3, you have the Diamond Edition, which is probably the most rare. And it came with full Sanwa parts. It was white buttons like you see here. I have another one that's modded with chrome Sanwa, which I think looks pretty awesome. Then they have a version that came out for the Xbox 360, which looks basically exactly like this. This is actually the PS3 version of it, but the only difference was when it came out on the 360 is it had colored buttons here instead of all white. I prefer the all white in the PlayStation model. And then when it came out on the PS4, they had the Kuro model, which is the all black, which I really, really like. And they came out with these Kuro style buttons made by Hori instead of Sanwa with a Hayabusa joystick. And then right after this stick, they came out with the red and black model known as the VLX Hayabusa. And I've actually changed these buttons out for Famitsu, but they did come with Hayabusa style buttons with a Hayabusa joystick. And I'm actually a big fan of Hori's new components. The Hayabusa joystick, the Kuro buttons, the Hayabusa buttons, they've really done a great job. Cool thing about this stick is that it opens up from the top. And you can see inside of this beast, there's plenty of room. The wiring is incredibly clean. Even when you get it stock, it's super, super clean. So in terms of modding this ginormous beast, it's pretty easy. You could take this Hori stick, you could take that out, put in a JLF if you want, or a Famitsu stick. The buttons are really easy too. You can easily just unplug those, put in new buttons that you want, 30mm, and you're good to go. The start button is a 24mm though, by the way. When it comes to the PCB, that's a little different story. This is the Universal Fightboard PCB, but it's not done just any traditional way. It actually includes the Jason Customs Easy mod. It's a board that you're gonna swap out the stock board for without cutting any wires or anything, and then you're gonna place the Universal Fightboard on top of it, and then it basically plugs in everything for you. But the cool thing about it is because these sticks are so collectible, you don't want to start cutting wires and all that kind of crap. If you want to be able to put it back to stock. So if you wanted to put this back right to stock, you could do that. All right, so that was our collection of Hori Real Arcade Pro VLX sticks for the 360, PS3, and PS4, 2 different generations. What can I say more than it's the Ferrari of arcade sticks. I mean, it's expensive. It's like $400 retail. But you know what? It's so badass. If you wanted to just have one arcade stick that's just gonna last you forever, you can't go wrong with a VLX stick. They're just so cool. There's so many more legendary arcade sticks that I want to talk about. So check out our other videos, and I'll catch you next time.